So great to have you joining me today, whether you're joining us live or as most people do archived. Wonderful to have you as part of our little morning conversation. And today what we're talking about is this idea of you'll be happier if, and it's this idea that we can really choose in certain ways a level of happiness that can be incredibly empowering. And again, there's some semantics here. I would tend to use the word joy a little bit more than happiness. But regardless of whether you prefer one word or the other, it's kind of an interesting idea in terms of how we might be able to see it and see it in different ways. And it's this idea, that in our lives, we get to choose the touchstone. What's the thing you touch every day that gets you grounded? 10 minutes calm is one touchstone for some people, and social media might be another, or this might be another. And just ask yourself, out of the touchstones that you have in your day, what are the ones that truly center you into a deeper, better self? In other words, which ones are the ones that connect with the better angels of your nature? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it a 10 minutes of morning calm? Is it reading? Is it, coffee with your spouse? What are those touchstones? And just being aware that every touchstone offers something different. And being able to sort through which ones really bring you forward and which ones really bring you backward, and how do we kind of get rid of the ones that are bringing us backward. Because here's I think a really important concept, friends. It's talking about what does God sort of pull forward in life? And this is embedded within this very simple thing I'm going to read out of the book Secrets of Heaven, is an incredibly powerful, uplifting view of how God works. And it's talking about this line in the Bible, and sent God out from the middle of the overthrow. In other words, this town is being destroyed, and God kind of pulls this person Lot, by the name of Lot, out of this town that's falling all apart. Symbolizes the salvation of people focused on goodness, and of people focused on truth that has goodness within it. People who are good and people who have truth with them, but there's this goodness at the heart of it. So that's a beautiful concept, friends, because what it means is that God, no matter what, is consistently pulling that goodness out. And our touchstone should be where we see that. Don't see that as God's pulling the good people out and throwing the other people in the trash. No, it's within us. God's forever looking at the goodness that's within us and starting to pull that forward and move it forward in our lives. And this stuff is painful to let go of. We oftentimes don't want to let go of it, but God's going to gently, most of the time pretty gently, pull it away from us and pull us towards a better and better future, and pull us towards heaven. And we need to think of the touchstones and keep coming back to them, and coming back to ones that might be a little bit surprising. And some of those surprising touchstones really deal with this connection with goodness. Where can you have that connection that constantly comes back to the goodness and the goodness in life and goodness in the world, especially in this time? And I think it's very accurate when I hear people talk about this as being the age of outrage. I think that really is true. And it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help you to be outraged. I feel very strongly about that, because I see some things that people post, just you just can't bring that kind of energy to things. You can have disagreements, you can have different perspectives, but the idea of outrage at everything, it just doesn't go. It doesn't work. So we have to be super careful about that, and instead really try to witness the goodness in life. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be witnessing to the goodness, or do you want to be engaged in the outrage? Witnessing the goodness or engaged in the outrage? And that's where we kind of got to choose, and we gotta find our way there. And I will strongly advocate for the consistently trying to find the goodness and not engaging in the outrage. Here's one, and this is from David Brooks, so I really enjoyed something he wrote yesterday. I found it necessary in this increasingly difficult age to root myself in anything that feels rehumanizing, whether it is art or literature or learning. I found it incredibly replenishing to be spending time around selfless, humble people who are still doing the work of serving the homeless, mentoring a lost kid who's joined a gang. These days, I need these more antidotes to feel healthy, resilient, and inspired. there's a different touchstone, friends. And the thing is, you can choose these touchstones. This is totally up to you, to do this. Like, God will leave you in total freedom to choose the touchstones in your life that you feel will, again, make you feel more healthy, resilient, and inspired. And I think David Brooks is spot on. Like we can engage in the outrage, or we can bear witness to the goodness. We can attach to the goodness. We can sit around and have dinner or eat Greek food with a bunch of really good people. That was the little graphic for today's service, a little dinner thing we had. We can do those things. We can make those touchstones, and the world's just going to be a better place for it. So I close with this, and this is sort of a it's an inspiring message, but I'm a little pointed about this because I really do believe that we just have to do better. We have to do better at finding those touchstones where the goodness lies, touching them, moving forward with them, living in them, connecting with them, doing the best we can in them. So, dear friends, that is the thought for today. So may you consider what your touchstones are. May you actually do the work of ranking them, like which ones move you closer to an experience of heaven and which ones don't. And really try to look at those ones that move you closer, and no pun intended, but chuck the ones that don't. And see if you can find some relief there. So with that, dear friends, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a breath. And as we take a breath, we're going to listen to a prayer bell. After we listen to the prayer bell, I'm going to do a little blessing, a little prayer, and then we're gonna say hi to friends on Facebook. So with that, dear friends, let's get a little breath and the prayer bell. Line from the Old Testament. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, let's get a little quick peek here onto Facebook and say hi to folks. And again, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend ahead. It's supposed to be beautiful out here. Well, it's beautiful today. Actually, I heard it's supposed to rain out here, but that's a-okay. All right, let me pull this on up. All right. Yeah, technology, as we often say here, just never works quite as quickly as what we might hope. All right, there we go. All right, Sherry, good morning. My regular touchstones are morning calm and exchanging emails every day with two friends from college where we discuss our plans for the day ahead, review the day before, and air our joys and sorrows. It's like writing a shared journal for the three of us and gives me much to think about. That is so good, Sherry. I love that. And by the way, I know you get together with some of your high school buddies too. You have a picture of you with your high school buddies at a restaurant, Easton, Maryland. We were just down there having dinner, and we're thinking about you. Gabriella says, good morning. I completely agree, Chuck. Staying in outrage is not only healthy, but spiritually damaging, like you said. It's all about the choices we make. The Dalai Lama says you can always be kind, and that is just so spot on. I'm gonna have to use some of these in a sermon, folks. These are really good. Gene, wishing you a great weekend as well, and Sherry, have a great day, and joining you and wishing everyone out there a great day as well. All right, so let's flip on over to here. Linda, thank you. Have a good weekend. Same to you, Linda, and thank you again for supporting that family when we were talking text message yesterday. That was very important. Yes, Lucy, sending love to all, and totally agree with that beautiful sentiment. Rita, happy weekend, and happy weekend to you, my friend. Linda, good morning, and good morning to you. So friends, just God bless, wishing you all the best. May you have a wonderful day ahead. And just, pick a touchstone and just go to the ones that really work.